check this thing out. So I just traded that Cleatrack crawler for this. This thing's kind of rough and it needs a couple things. It's a little 3-cylinder diesel. Let's get this thing unloaded. Alright, so there's a couple of hoses leaking here. They're in really bad condition. And it's also leaking here. So let's get that taken off and replaced. Since I'm taking off more than one hose, I'm gonna mark one hose with black zip ties. I guess there's better ways to do it, but this will work. And then that one. All right, so somebody's gonna look at this and say, you know, why don't I change them right now? Obviously they're in poor condition. I pretty much stick with a philosophy that if it's not broken, don't fix it, and those aren't broken yet. All right, let's go get these hydraulic lines replaced. So we got the hoses, let's go get them installed. What do you think? Should we put the hoses on? Do you like this new tractor? I think he says yes. so this shorter one is the one with the black zip tie. That's hooked up really hard to do with one hand. Okay, so one thing I really don't like here is this really mismanaged cable. They're just out of place, and you know, one of the hoses had leaked because it had rubbed on this right here. So that's really not acceptable. So let's come up with a solution to do this better. One thing I like to keep around, old implement tubes. This rubber works really good for stuff like this, kind of as a wear item, and it was free, so. And then to keep it off these other parts, I'm just going to use a bungee. So now, even if this rubs on this frame, it's protected by this rubber. All right, let's go do something with this thing. Alright, so the hydraulics have been kind of running slow on this, and I wasn't able to find much on the internet. So let's start with the hydraulic fluid filter, which is right here. Let's take this out and see if it's dirty and needs to be cleaned. Yeah, so right off the bat, I mean, that should not look like that. The cool thing is this is cleanable. All right, I don't know if you could tell on camera the color of the new fluid that we put in, but it was pretty much like a clear golden color like you would expect oil to be. And this is black. Now, I'm not saying that oil is going to stay golden brown for the life of it. Obviously, it's designed to pick up particles and lubricate things, but I'm going to guess that this oil hasn't been changed in a very long time. It's important to take care of your equipment, and this fluid change took me maybe 15 minutes on something I'd never changed fluid on before. Got to be pretty messy back here. I actually cleaned this place up in a previous video with my dump truck, and unfortunately it's back to being a disaster. I got to get out here and clean this up again once and for all. I also got this tank. A good friend of mine gave this to me, and it's got the old crank on it, and that thing still works. And I'll bet you this pump works fine, mostly because there's nothing electronic hooked to it. I got to get this thing cleaned out and painted up and set up, because it's kind of a pain carrying 5-gallon jugs of gas and diesel back and forth. Here's pretty cool. This thing comes with its own scrunch, so I can fix this right here. But that is a rainstorm, so I'm going to throw on a rain suit. I'll put a link to these rain suits in the description. These things are pretty awesome. Not a moment too soon, it's raining. So I've kind of been working at this road all summer because it used to get really bad potholes, and I got it pretty good, but there's still some spots that need work. A good way to do this if you're repairing a gravel road is when it's raining, so you can really watch what the water does while you fix it. So you got to cut that edge off the side and then fill these potholes in and get the water to drain off. right, so that's a little bit better. The problem is this really needs to be built up. There really should be gravel brought in, put on here, but it's the wrong time of year to do that. So the important thing is that, like, that's crown now, so the water's going to run right along the edge and out, so there won't be any water sitting here. So as long as it can dry up and it doesn't rain anymore today, that'll pack in and be fine. Sit. Hey, come here. Turn around. Turn around. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Alright, so I'm going to end this video here. I'm pretty happy with this tractor. For what I have into it, basically is what I paid for that crawler, and I traded the guy straight up. I'm really happy with it. It's a diesel 4-wheel drive loader tractor with the PTO 3-point hitch and power down hydraulics. I mean, this thing is awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It'll definitely be around in videos to come, unless something better comes along I can trade it for, in which case I always will. All right, guys, thanks. What are you doing? Here. You need a hug? Oh.